I mean, we here, man. We on the motherfucking sneaky report. You know what I'm talking about?
Sneaky!
That's what I'm talking about.
What's going on?
And you know what? That's my backup crew. You hear me? Every squad gotta have a backup crew. You know, from the this ones, the that ones, they had their crew. It's like, no, but listen, no. Without them, it would be no me. Without me, it would be no them. But my thing is this. We here. We got B Real himself. I be around some real niggas, man. You talking about, yeah, man. We gotta give my man his flowers. Give him his joints. Give my man his joints, man. Real rap, man. Bring the roast, bring the bouquet, bring the bouquet of them shits in there, man. Yeah, man. I wanna yeah, man. Let's go hard. Sneaky. Real rap, man. We got the guy in here, man. And you know what? Somebody asked me, they said, well, damn, why would you do this? I said, why would I do that? I said, this man right here, man, you know what he doing for the hood? You know what Mugga Black doing for the community?
Yep.
Is you fucking crazy? Nigga, you must be under a fucking rock! You must be under a rock, a boulder, you hear me? That nigga must be under a boulder if he don't know who Mugga Black is, man. Don't jump on the ship when it's too late, man. We need, like I'm talking about, when we don't need you, we don't need you, but when we need you, we need you. So let's come together as black people, man. We gotta help each other. I'm doing what I'm doing, he doing what he doing. So my thing is this. We here with the sneaky report. And listen, man. You see my haircut? Look at my cut. They said I got cow licks, right? One of my homies, I put up a post on Instagram today. He put up a picture of a cow and a mouth like cow licks. Like, all right, homie. Just because his head bald, his joint bald on the Misery Love Company joint. Like, since his joint naked and all that, he want my joint. He want my joint to be. And this is a true fucking story. This is a true story. Go on my joint right now. Shout out to my man Neo the Matrix, man. He working up there for Triller right now up under Swiss Beats. Real rap is on my page. My man like, damn, fly. Is his joint all ripped up? Get me off and navel bald and all. He want my joint, but it's all good. I'm there. But you know what? I had these cow licks for a minute though. You remember that? These same licks been here for a second. Oh, like the same licks. But my thing is this though. I come in the joint the other day, I get a cut, not this time, previous. I come in there fresh cut. I'm like, damn, he looking, he like, damn, Flock, you got a nice ass cut. He looking, he measuring my joint, he looking, he like, damn, but he took your shit back. Sneaky, like, he sneaky dug in your shit, like, he sneaky, like, grabbed the train. He grabbed the shovel and started digging in your hairline. Like, my joint already back. My joint sneaky back in. He tried to put me over there. This is a true story, man. Like, he chiseled my whole wave. You know, it's just like if you come in there with a fresh outfit, your walk and your bop is different. Right. Your bop, like, I mean, you got your fresh fit on. Right. You like them, you mean, you see, you stimmy, but I'm coming in with the fresh cut, thinking I'm cute and all that, and he chiseled the brakes off me. Oh, he started really getting in the cut, like, damn, bro, and I'm looking like, you right. And yo, what happened? What you telling me? Yo, I couldn't deny it. I'm looking like he chiseled. I'm standing up. I sat down and everything. After he said that, I looked in the mirror. I said, damn, you right. He Sneaky was digging.
Hey, Sneaky, what you say before we got started? What you said you was going to tell your barber?
Stop digging. Like, I need for you to stop digging, man. You about to make my hair, you about to make my joint go bald before my time. Like, I'm holding on for dear life. I'm like this, holding on. Dear life. But goddamn, homie.
Oh, fuck that. That's my man. He said enough is enough.
Enough's enough.
Yo, real rap.
Sneaky.
Take care of my man. Real rap, man.
What's going
man?
on, man? You know, we bittered enough. We gave y'all a lot of shits and giggles. But the main focus is, right now, is my guy, man, the new sponsor. The sponsor. My man right here, he just sponsored the Sneaky Report with his brand, man.
Sneaky!
Yeah, man. Sneaky! Let me see a couple of them hoodies right there on the side. Anybody but a dead body. Get somebody passing some hoodies, please.
You know,
That's exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got the you stand me still on the hanger, you know.
Still on the hanger.
Where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how we carrying.
That's how we carrying. This is black love, man. This is entrepreneurship at its finest. You know, it's saluting a brother. We saluting each other. We trying to like build each other. This, you see this right here?
Sneaky skillies.
Got the Be Real Scullies. We sponsored, man.
So everybody come up here, man. They
Yeah.
get a nice Be Real package.
Come on,
Exactly.
Come on,
Everybody come through the store and mention it.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, let's go, baby girl. Yeah, you gonna leave me hanging? You gonna leave the sneaky one hanging? No, but you know, you heard what he said. You know what I mean? You come to the Be Real store up there by Broad and Pike, right there. You gonna see it right there, the blue right there. You can't miss it.
38.39.
All right, 38.39.
Broad
You
Street.
mention the sneaky report, and you get 10% off. And every time somebody come up here, they get honored, man. They get sponsored by Mr. Sponsors. I'm excited. This is my first sponsor.
Come
This is
get
my
this.
first sponsor of my podcast.
Come.
This means something to me.
Listen.
This means something to me.
Congratulations,
This means
King.
something,
All
bro.
right, y'all
I don't
made
give a damn.
Appreciate you, King. Listen.
So my thing is this, you hear me? What made you want to get into, you know, selling clothes, the fashion design world from the first place?
I mean, that kind of was like a giving type thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was born in it. You know what I'm saying?
Not
Because
sworn
my
in
mom- Yeah, for sure. My mom always made sure I was dressed. She was a dresser. You know what I'm saying? My dad always made sure I was dressed. He was a dresser.
Facts.
So like I was always running around and dressed up. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what.
Okay.
I don't wanna
So every day it was like it was Easter for you.
Absolutely.
Sneaky.
Absolutely. In real life though.
Right.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
You know what I'm saying?
Sneaky.
So it was like when that
Okay.
came about, it was, you know, kind of easy for me because I was already known for putting it together.
Okay.
I can appreciate that though, bro. You know, because look at what he asked you how you got started, and right away you grew up doing something. And what I gather from his dad is you turn around making sure everybody else can dress right. That's love. I just wanted to add that in there. You know what I mean? That, you know what I mean? You know, like that's love right there. That's being real. That's what you call being real. A lot of people that got on, they didn't have. You get what I'm saying? So, and they gave back. But for a person to be, yeah, I was blessed, you know, so I already got a knack for it, and now you making sure everybody else appreciate you, kid.
No, for sure. That's good, man, because at the end of the day, you know, Philly is from, it's a lot of fashion, a lot of design, a lot of fly guys, everybody wearing that shit. So I feel you. You know, you said you come up under that umbrella, your mom, your pops. So you just was like, you just tapped in, man. And you know what? We appreciate that, man. We appreciate what you're doing. You know, bringing the Be Real to the hood and showing it, you know, what could happen and stuff like that if you just put in the work. But at the end of the day, it's another thing. It's like, what's your main goal with this? Like when you see yourself in this clothing world or whatever the case may be, like what are you trying to accomplish? Like as a designer, are you trying to really take it, you know, to a Virgil level? Rest in peace to Virgil. Rest in, you know, are you trying to take it to that level, like, you know what I'm saying, or like what are you actually trying to do?
Where I'm at with it, right? I came like, you know, from the bottom with it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Started from the bottom, now I'm here.
as every day goes
Started from the bottom, now I'm here. You hear me?
As every day
Sneaky!
I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning about fashion. I'm still learning about manufacturing, how to better my brand, the whole 9 yards. So it's, you
Humble.
know, at the end of the day, I survive off this. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't got no other side hustles. Well, you know, I got other side like legal hustling, but you know what I mean? It ain't nothing else there. Like, I quit working and did all this for the end goal. You know, the end goal was always to be the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Or the best at what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes, I
I'm
do.
just taking my time with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't in a rush. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But when how I do it, I want to do it correctly. You feel what I'm saying? But for sure, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want to take it to the top and be like the best that ever did it. Absolutely. From where we come from.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Cause you know, like if you gonna do it, shit, we ain't aiming for second, we ain't aiming for third. Like it ain't, you know, we aiming for the best, and that's just what it is. I respect that, man. Like if you can't respect that, then your whole perspective is whack. This man stepping up on a sneaky.
Come on.
This man stepping up on the forefront saying, you know, listen, I respect what you doing. I respect what you doing. But y'all gonna have to respect what I'm doing. And he ain't throwing no shade. So it's like you got, even though I don't got on that, I don't have on a cap, but I'm gonna take my shit off to this man, you hear me? And I'm gonna toot my pup. I'm talking about get my man his joint. Yeah.
Real talk. Listen, can I slide in the question?
Absolutely, go ahead.
I got a question for you. You know, how has the violence in the city impacted you? You know, both personally and professionally.
I mean, I'm gonna say like the violence. I can't really say like that affect me personally because I know how to stay in my lane. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I stay to myself. You feel me? I'm like real, like a real loud, popular loner type bull. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you gotta stay in your lane out here, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Factory.
It's a lot of goofy shit going on out here.
Right.
Like I'm talking about on a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like this shit ain't the same. You know what I mean? The streets ain't the same. Ain't standing for nothing. Ain't no morals, principles, none of that shit. That shit is under the neck. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I protect my energy at all costs. You know what I mean? I protect mine, bro.
Protect your energy. So, you know, I'm big on educating. If you can unpack that before I pass it back to Flock, what does that look like? Because I get it. You know what I mean? And I know what that looks like for me, but you sharing any portion of what that looks like for you could educate somebody that don't have no tools. Because, you know, we come from the same hood, you know, all of us, so we blessed with a certain level of wisdom. Not about, and everybody is, but me going up top, I'm like, yeah, Erie Avenue really gave me something special. When you locked in with your peers and you see what others don't have. So what does protecting, you know, your piece look like for you?
Protecting my peace look like for me is like you gotta tap into your own word. You feel what I'm saying? And stand on that. Like you gotta like really be real with yourself, unapologetically.
Be real.
Right.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like what comes with protecting your energy is you gotta be comfortable alone. You know what I mean? You gotta be comfortable alone. You can't be eager to be with the folks, the guys, the gang on the block, all the little weird shit. You gotta like really be honest with yourself.
Yo,
all the situations that's going on around you.
Right.
Learn from the niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Learn from folks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This shit, man. Bro up top on the bed. You know what I'm saying? He did what he had to do for bro.
He cuffed the
You know what I'm
stuff.
saying? He
Right.
still talk for bro. Bro out here doing his thing. Bank rolls, cars, all that night, clubbing, all that. This nigga ain't get a dime from him his whole bed. You feel what I'm saying? This the nigga you want to hang with that day.
Right.
You know, this the nigga you pushing your pistol for that day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like protect your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta wake up out here. You gotta know what's going on. You gotta look around. You gotta be real with yourself.
You gotta be real with yourself.
This shit is really a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you gotta stand on that.
Sneaky!
So you gotta protect yours though.
You know, my thing is, you know what? When I seen you, you know what? I seen you on the news. I say, damn, you know what? They got my young on the news.
Let's talk about it.
Hit the bell. Let's talk about that. Steve, let's talk about
We
they
big
got
our
my
folks
man
up
on
in
the
here.
news. Broadcasting in front of his store on Channel 6 News, Channel 10 News Worldwide. They talking about what he did. Because he gave back to the community, had the stuff out there for the kids, clothes, games, you know, all the accessories, man. Let's talk about, you know, how that came about, because that's what really, I say, wow, man, he catching the eyes of the world, not just like locally. So I'm like, well, damn, so can you explain to us how that came about? How did you get on the news, man? How did it feel to be on the news and speak and talk your talk.
The whole give back vibe came about. Well, you know, this is my second year doing it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sneaky! What are you talking about?
Sneaky!
I told
Let's
myself
go.
that every year I'm gonna try to do it bigger and bigger. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But, you know, I got it just from when I was a youngin'. I used to like, you know, when Little Power 99 used to come through and they used to have little concerts and shit. I mean, like, I grew up over Nice Town a lot. You feel what I'm saying? For like 6 years of my younger life. So when they used to do their little piece on the street, Jones, bring out state prop and all that fly and shit, like I used to be hyped to run down the street to go see that shit. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that shit used to have me like,
Love, ain't nothing like it.
So
Go ahead.
to see what's going on now, like there's nothing going on. Like,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nobody like that's caring for the hood or trying to keep that type energy alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like, you know, once I did the first get back, I'm like, damn, the second John, I'm gonna do it a little different. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a little mini concert. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I reach out, you know what I mean? A couple of my friends, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Show, you know what I mean? Show helped me with that thing. My God, Mr. Motivation.
Yeah.
Swag 100, you know, he
Yep.
Right, Red. Shout out my guy.
Sneaky to the community partnership.
My boy.
You know what I'm saying?
He back there blushing on the camera, you hear me?
Shout out to the production, man.
Blushing on the camera. Shout out my man Swag.
Shout out to Swag, man.
But it's like, you know, when I be doing these give backs, man, like that shit be coming from like a real genuine, sincere place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't do that shit to like to brag or boast like, damn, I'm up. You feel what I'm saying? I got more money than everybody around here. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on some shit. I'm running this shit. Or like my money long. Like, no. You feel what I'm saying? I'm talking about it's been times I done did give backs and I done damn near went broke on that shit.
Tell me
You feel
about
what
it.
I'm saying?
Tell me about
Like,
it.
it's
You
like-
understand? Because it's
I'm
about
rich
what
at
needs to
heart,
be
bro.
done.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like,
Oh, that's a
rich at
good
heart,
joke.
bro. Like,
Oh, say that again, my man said.
Sneaky!
Repeat that one more time.
Yeah, make sure they heard you, man.
Hold on, let's rewind that. My man said
What'd he
that he went broke giving back.
Come on, man. That's
With
what
that
we do
being
right
said, take that.
shit.
You gotta give to receive, youngin'.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly what
You
you
hear
said.
me,
You gotta
youngin'?
give to
I know
receive.
you
feel
young,
what I'm
dumb, and
saying?
full of cum, but you niggas gotta pay attention, man.
No,
This is
tell
how
him, no,
you,
tell
this
him
is how you
again,
get
man.
your blessings, young. My guy just told you he went dead broke, pop, popsicle, man. Pop like a stolen fucking car, yeah.
Yo, cut the
Sneaky, I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm flying, man. My man just said it.
Yo.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm gonna do something, I get something.
Sneaky. Let's
Nah, I
fucking go,
appreciate you,
man.
bro. I appreciate you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
but like you said, you know, again, bringing something back. You understand? That shows the power of experiencing things. Let's talk about just brief. I just want to mention. I want to talk about. I just want to mention that the reality is everybody didn't experience that. You get what I'm saying? The reality is people experiencing events like that, that changes the whole trajectory of their life.
Ooh,
But
but
we-
we talking work.
You understand what I'm talking about?
What I said? My man,
Trajectory. You understand what I'm talking about? You know.
Youngin', listen, get your vocabulary again.
No,
My man
bro,
said
right.
trajectory.
Yeah, I mean, it changes the whole, you know, route, the whole outcome, the whole level of frustration and pain when you experience something like what you hosted. But the fact of the matter is, you knew everybody in the hood wasn't there, right?
Absolutely not.
Right. So all those people that wasn't there is all the people that might be walking around without those tools that we got.
For sure.
You feel me? And that's what, you know, I really put a major effort into pointing out. Everybody ain't getting what we got, and what we got make a difference. But go ahead, bro. I just, you know what I mean.
All right, man, listen, man, I'm letting you one thing about it, man. I'm gonna let you take the ball, man, you hear me? I'm gonna let you take it, man. Throw it around the back door, behind the legs, and do what you do, man, you hear me?
Well,
Let's
talk about the fact. Let's talk a little bit about your history. Like, you know, we started on the beach with the conversation. You understand?
Okay.
We started with where everybody at on Instagram right now.
Out there
on
in the beach,
vacation,
with your
living
toes
it up, in business. You know what I mean? The good life.
Don't tell me you had your dogs out. Cause you said you was on the beach here.
Y'all got
Did
your
you have your
shades
dogs
on.
out?
I'm the one missing my shades.
Did he have the chicletas on?
I mean,
Was he flexing with his pups out?
everywhere I go is a resort. You know what I mean? Resort like, man. Shout out to the
Everywhere
other
we
park there.
go,
Understand?
people
Look,
wanna
this will
know
work up.
who we are. So we tell them this is Be Real, Mighty, Mighty Be. Yeah, all right. Back to let's take it back here. Let's go back here. Hold on. We run this podcast shit, man. You ever talk about this shit? Some niggas can't bid like us. Yeah. Moving right the fuck along, man. You hear me? We be real, man. Sneaky.
Where we going, Flock? Where we going?
Man, we love it here. You hear me?
Oh, we love it here.
We love it here, man. That's the next shirt we about to come out with. We love it here.
Yes.
You hear me? We love it here. Not there, but here. We can turn anything into a joke or a bid, you hear me? Understand this, but man, listen, man. I wanted to get into a sad situation, man, that happened in the hip hop industry, man. You know, I wanted to know why, man. Why? Like, why do the people in the industry have to go through the nut shit that they're going through, man? Two brothers from the same town going at it when they supposed to come together. We talking about Young Dolph and Young Gotti. Yo, Gotti! We want to know why! But with that being said, man, rest in peace to Young Dolph, man. We want to understand that, you know, why was they going through whatever they was going through? But I heard about, you know, they say Dolph was messing with Gotti, female or whatever the case may be, his baby mom or whatever the case may be. And, you know, he was blabbing about it on the record and everything. But make a long story short, come to find out, you know, I always wondered, you know how did you ever wonder how Young Dolphin got his name?
Yeah, I don't know how he got his name. I don't know how
his real name is Adolph.
Oh.
So it's like Young Dolph.
I was thinking Dolphin or something. I don't know.
No, real. I'm thinking about your main nigga had a good backstroke or something. Nigga was, you know, not the same.
Oh, Tommy, go ahead, Adolph.
No,
okay.
but listen, Dolph, at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, Dolph was a great talent to the game, man. And it was just like, I didn't get into him.
Sneaky!
You
gotta give him his flowers.
You gotta give him his flowers, man. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. Like, he made a song called 100 Shots, right? Mm-hmm. Did you know that 100 shots, he really got shot at 100 times? They shot his SUV up, his bulletproof SUV. They shot this man SUV up 100 freaking times.
Wow. And that's what then he made the song?
He made the song 100 shots. How you niggas miss a whole 100 shots?
Oh man, I got a question on after your question. Go ahead, Fly.
So,
where you going with this?
With that being said, I'm asking y'all, like, how you feel about that? Like, how you feel about this man getting shot? They shooting his vehicle up 100 times.
This is something like how I feel about that thing getting shot 100 times and him dying.
No, listen, I'm about to say it. Them shooting his vehicle up 100 times, right? And then for him to be in his neighborhood with no security, it's like beef is never over. You just never know. Like, I just look at it like, damn. You know what I'm saying? After your vehicle gets shot up 100 times, whether it was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you know, you gotta move like strategically to a certain type of way. So I'm just looking at it like, damn, like, you know, that was a bad job, man. Like, I would think that after, you know, something like that would happen, that would really wake you up. Because that would have, I mean, if they would have shot your vehicle up 100 times, right? You know, I think I would have been moving, like, from now on, that would have been how I'd have been moving.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
And I want to comment on that, you feel what I'm saying? First of all, we're going to say rest in peace to Young Dolph.
R.I.P. Young Dolph, man.
I said R.I.P. to him.
Respect.
Because he was who he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't be liking how, like, a lot of people be trying to be, like, you know, super, super sad and heartbroken over his death. Because he was just an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, he's still in the street going. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like,
you know, that's what I wanted to get to.
At the end of the day. Like, you feel what I'm saying? At the end
right.
of the
Not
day,
that you can't be sad.
No, you can't.
But not outraged.
I
get what you're saying. Because I know you said sad, but for the listeners that might not know, of course you were supposed to be sad he was a life loss. Is that what you're saying?
For sure.
But you
But
know,
the outrage, like, wow, I can't believe they murdered dog.
right?
But no, my thing is, how you feel about them? Can I ask you something? How you feel about them murdering him, broad daylight on camera in his neighborhood?
Understand this, bro. You in the streets. You get what I'm saying?
Dolphin was a millionaire though.
I understand, but he was a millionaire in the streets. You gotta be real with yourself.
Come on
you know
now.
what I'm saying, bro? He wasn't no millionaire commercial bull living in the hills. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no millionaire that made it out the streets and trying to stay out the streets. He was a millionaire that was standing on what he was standing on. I'm an independent, real live street nigga. You feel what I'm saying? I'm an independent, real live street nigga.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm gonna get my flowers at, bro.
But you know what
Listen,
though?
This
Can I
is
say
where
something?
I'm gonna die
That's when.
standing on what I stand on.
Can I say
You
something?
feel what
though?
I'm saying? Because everybody know he had enough money to do whatever. He had enough money to be Brinks security. You feel what I'm saying? The presidential security. You get what I'm saying? He could have had niggas blocking off the streets and all that. Why he going to go get cookies for his mom? Let Kevin Hart come there and go get cookies for his mom. This shit shut down. You feel what I'm saying?
That's when keeping it real goes
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
But
what-
it's like,
That's
he
what
was
keeping it
standing
real.
on what he stand on. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying? I salute him. You feel what I'm saying? He did what he did for his community. He was a good person to his camp. He was a good person to his lady. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like, you feel what I'm saying? It was fucked up the way he went. But he went being real. Standing on what he stand on. You feel what I'm saying? If he wanted to be one of them commercial type bulls with security and all that, it would have been different. You would have been living like this.
But so I got a question for you.
I mean,
Is it
okay.
being commercial?
My
or
thing
is it being
is-
smart?
Is it because
No,
you
for
got
sure.
big?
I'm gonna be smart, but in his stance, he was standing on what he was standing.
And that's what I
he
heard.
was an
you do.
independent millionaire, but everybody know Dolph was in the streets every day.
Right, right.
You
And
know
that's
what
why I
I'm
agree with you where you say like certain levels of outrage, you know, and that's for people that's really ignorant.
And you know what? How you feel about him coming to support his hood? He coming to the cookie store to support his neighborhood cookie store. How you feel about they saying that they had something to do with him getting chromed out nipple plates?
I mean,
I'm
I'll
just-
be
It's
I'm
always gonna be rumors
I'm
and
asking-
speculations.
I'm just saying, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about whether if it's true or not? Say if it is true,
I mean,
say if
even
it's
if
not.
it is true, bro, I gotta keep it a thousand. It's the game when you're in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? That's what comes with being in this. You feel what I'm saying? If I gotta pay a motherfucker to backdoor you or whatever, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get my lick back. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes,
That's
you know
that's
what?
what happens when you're in
And
the
that's
streets.
true.
You gotta charge
But
that.
see, one thing about it, I look at it like, man,
charge that to the game.
motherfuckers gotta really face the reality of
Gotta
things.
charge
All
that
that
shit,
keeping
man.
it real with niggas, no matter how real you think you are, you gotta really protect yourself. You can't be foolish out here. You can't move stupidly. Moving real for who? You check, they gonna look at it like, alright, he was a dickhead. He was dumb. Or you would be like, oh, yeah, he real. However you gonna look at it, when you're going, you're going. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, no matter how real you keep it, you gotta move smart for yourself, for your people. It's like, yeah, I'm tough, but I can't beat all y'all. There's too many of you. I don't know where you coming from. He come out the store and they gun him down. That was a bad drink, man.
Hey,
But
Fly,
what's up?
you said I wanted to just answer your question about how I feel about you know that what they saying about the story. What I want to say to the people is almost every robbery, my position is, it's always an inside job.
Absolutely.
Unless a person is, you know, high off of something and they're just randomly running around, it's always an inside job. That's what I tell my youth. That's what I tell my students at school. You need to know when somebody broke in your crib, it was somebody in your circle. Stop misleading people and tell them, oh yeah, it might have just been the boogeyman. No. That's what he's talking about when he say that's what comes with being in the street. You understand? That's what comes with being in the street.
Right.
But yeah, I just wanted to put that in there.
You understand me?
Absolutely. But listen, how you feel about they said, you know, they said like right after that, how you feel about this? They said right after that, right after the shooting, they said the cops fled right down the Yo Gotti retail store to make sure there wasn't no gunplay going on. How y'all feel about that? Like, you know, them running down there, do y'all think that was appropriate, or do you think that Gotti had something to do with it? Like, what's y'all opinion on that?
No, I can't. like to make comments on a bunch of rumors and speculations. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I understand that, you know.
Alright, you know they say Young Dolph was slow stroking Yo Gotti baby mom. So this is why I'm saying this.
Right.
This is the reason why the trap lord, Pretty Fly, Mr. Sneaky himself is saying what I'm saying.
Right.
I want you to understand what's going on here.
No, can I add
Right
some
here,
more
not
clarity?
there, but here.
Right, so that's
right
important.
here.
That's important, but I want to share with my bro, because you a guest, we go back, but the way that we carrying it up here is new. So when Flock is asking these questions, even though it's never about talking about the subjects, they just give you a good, clear picture of some reality. But these scenarios are not independent. So your outlook on it, this is about giving you insight. You get what I'm saying? So in the event that, you know, Young Dolph was banging his baby mom or something like that in the scenario, because these are the things that causes fights, shootouts, and everything every day. So we ain't saying whether it's true or not, but we saying in the event because it's important to educate the people. We here to entertain, but we here to get them to really get on the right track. You get what I'm saying? So in a scenario where Young Dolph is banging his baby mom or whatever, for me, number one, is it right for Young Gotti to even have an issue? You get what I'm saying? Because what do we say about that? And I ain't taking the questions, but these is the questions that I ask. You get what I'm saying? Like this is the insight, because we gotta, you know, what's the big point is what I'm gathering from Flock is this stuff justifiable? You get what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Like do it make sense?
All right.
That Young Dolph, you know, was gunned down, because that's what really brought us to this conversation. Because we not up here to just talk about what's happening with his baby mom. You know what I mean? We definitely ain't here to glorify, you know, getting shot up. I know my man here to talk about, damn, this boy lost his life.
Right.
And, you know, did all of this make sense? Was they being real in the process? Just to put things in context, you know what I mean, what we here for.
This is something to talk about. They don't want to hear about Ted down the street. You know, little Teddy down the street, little fat little Teddy sitting over there. Sneaky!
Go ahead, where we going next, Flock? Where we going next?
They don't want to hear about Lord Dan wearing the same thing 7 weeks straight. They want to hear about what's currently going on. So I'm going to give them what they want. I'm going to give them what they want, man. But listen,
right along.
Moving right the fuck along, but not all of them moving right along. But how y'all feel about it? We gonna move right along.
Somebody stop.
Move right along, but not all the way right along. Let's say that one more time here. Understand me here. But you know, that TJ, yeah, sneaky, real sneaky. I need another cup. Yeah. No. Stick a fork in it. Stick a fork in it. He's done. He's a dead man. I'm on my wild shit. I'm not locked up. I'm with Listen, right? Listen, how y'all feel about after a few, you know, not shortly, right after Young Dolph died, we about to get off the subject. Shortly, right after he died, black youngster shot a video at a graveyard site.
Okay.
At a graveyard site. Okay. You know, like he was glorifying death. Like he was like, you know, like, yeah, like he talking to the dead. It's like you talking about you sold your soul. I'm just speaking about what's going on. I'm just putting this out there for y'all to understand. This is the topic that y'all want to hear, so I'm giving it
They
to
said
you.
his name was on the tombstone?
He's sneaky. Like when the camera came by, it was like a little But at the end of the day, I just want to know how y'all feel about it. I have to speak about it. People say, yo, speak about this. Topics. I asked for topics to talk about, and he said, yo, this! They wanted this! Sneaky! So I wanted to give them this. So I want to know how y'all...
I'm gonna answer first.
How y'all feel about that? Like him shooting... Because, you know, he signed to Yo Gotti. He signed to Gotti.
No, after you talked to me about it, I went and checked it out.
I mean, I've been seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I was on it, and it's like... He was standing on what he's been standing on.
Yeah, right.
You can't fault a man for standing on what he been standing on. He had that energy his whole career. Damn near.
Right. I mean, I agree.
Since
That's
you heard of the beef, he been as most disrespectful as he can be.
facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So I look at it as black youngster just being a black youngster.
And that's what he said about it. You know what I mean? That's what he said about it. Me being me, who I am in the community, I stand on what I stand on. That's all nut shit to me. I think that the whole rap game on all nut shit. The whole rap game, let me tell you why they on all nut shit. Because anybody, first of all, these fucking rapping ass niggas always talking about being against rapping. And the fucking number one thing these niggas doing is fucking rapping on every fucking track. Hold up, real rap.
Hey,
Oh, man.
man.
No, real rap. They on all nut shit. You understand? And they're gonna be on all mad shit once the motherfucking government is done taking advantage of violence being in our community so they can do development tax free. Once they done building their shit up and they think they gonna bring their people in, they gonna book all y'all dumbasses because y'all doing all that shit all on camera, rapping about it all on track, and posting it all on Instagram so they can just watch an Instagram show and book y'all. So I'm talking.
Preach on, brother!
Come on,
preach on!
And the only reason I'm really saying what I'm saying is for your kids. You understand? I don't really, give a damn about y'all grown-ups that's on all nut shit. Because y'all all grew up watching the Huxtables. Y'all all grew up watching all the right shit. Meat Mill, Gilly the Kid, Wallow 267. You understand what I'm talking about? And y'all out here talking about ain't nobody never teach you nothing right. In the hood, niggas tell you to do dumb shit. None of y'all would be anywhere if nobody never told you to do the right thing. So y'all all on nut shit, perpetrating like nobody put you on the right game. You understand? And then you on track, encouraging kids that ain't in the streets. We finally created a world where niggas don't gotta be in the streets, and they got all you perpetrating, rapping ass niggas out here encouraging them to go to the streets, and they all out there getting killed dead, and they even getting nieces and nephews, man. That's what I think about.
Sneaky! Now dig this here, right? Now there was rumors saying that Yo Gotti clipped the boy. He said he clipped Black Youngster wings. They say he clipped his wings. They say he clipped his wings, but that was just rumors. Come to find out, those was just rumors, man. And it is what it is, man. We want to get off that subject. We just wanted to get onto that subject because people asked about that subject.
Yeah, well, they better stop asking about rap.
And we gonna move right along. Sneaky! Back to
being real around this.
Hey, listen, did y'all know that 51% of rappers die of murder? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about, these are facts here. You hear me here?
I'm glad,
right here.
I feel like I'm glad you shared
How
that.
do you feel about these facts that 51% of rappers die of murder?
That's it? That's how I
That's
feel.
it.
That's it?
We got
It's amazing that it ain't more dead rappers. The way they walk around talking crazy. You understand what I'm talking about? And really. You ask me, I'm only gonna be real. Go ahead, I'm passing everybody. I ain't giving
So how you feel about that?
How you feel?
How I feel about it? I feel like, man, we want to know. You want to know how I feel. You want to turn the interview on.
Oh, we interviewing you,
about to
man. How you feel, man?
Okay.
You can say
You can
you
know how I feel.
You can plead the fifth up here. Yo, you.
Sneaky! He tried to rewrite. He tried to take the interview on Pretty Block with a back block. Hold on here.
Come on, Sneaky. Back to you.
Hold on. Let's take back control here. We get back in control of this thing here. Not there, but here.
How you feel?
Hey, listen. Let me say how I feel here. Because my thing is here. You hear me here? But listen, though, right? How I feel about it, man, it's where keeping it real goes wrong, man. Because if I ever was to get on, my thing is, I lived in the hood. I did this all my life. So now at the scene, everything, I can't move. It's like, you know what? I gotta move differently. I'm not the same flock. I can't just pop up here. I gotta have security here. I gotta have people watching here with guns, standing out, ready to risk their life because I know what's going on.
There we go.
Here.
Sneaky!
It's
Be
not
real.
about keeping it real. Like, if you want to be real, then it's keeping it real. It's like, we're going to be real. This y'all dudes is keeping it real when it's real is going wrong here.
Come on now.
You're standing out there, and then when they take you out, they saying, fuck him. And it's not cool. They just like, damn, it was him.
Turn the top for 2 to 3 weeks and you're gone.
And you're gone.
You forgot about it.
Yeah, man.
You understand me?
But my thing is,
That's why I
see,
come in there when I
my man standing on what he stands on.
You know what I mean? Like, be real with yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And
Right.
stand on that on all time, unapologetic.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Just to comment on that same question. It's like, that's what it boils down to. You feel what I'm saying? When you get there, you're going to be a real nigga, like a real dummy. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Because
go.
be real. I ain't telling you to be the
You
realest
gonna be a
nigga.
soldier, you
I
gonna
ain't
be a
telling you to be the
Destiny
realest
child.
What
dummy
you
out
tell
there.
her? What's the mission?
I'm telling you to be real with yourself.
With
You know what I'm
yourself.
saying?
Be a man.
But what if...
Be a man.
Can I ask you a question?
Unapologetic.
But what if to the core, what if you was only taught to be a sucker?
That's what I'm saying.
So now being
bad
a sucker...
joint.
Pop.
That's
Be the best sucker you can ever be.
Okay.
Be the best sucker you can ever be. You gonna be a sucker. Be a top ranked sucker.
No.
Right along. Right along. But listen, right? Listen, I was listening to a podcast the other day, man. Ed Lover, man. I caught a joint. He said French Montana said they say French Montana said that it's harder to be a rapper than it is to be in the NBA. How do you feel about that? Do you believe that it's harder to be a rapper than to get in the NBA?
Absolutely.
You believe that's true?
Absolutely.
You believe that it's harder to be a rapper than it is to get in the NBA?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, because you're
Wow.
saying absolutely.
Be a rapper.
Hold on, I know,
Then
I get
to
it.
Get in the NBA.
Yes.
Yes, you think it's harder for a person to make it in the rap business than a person to make it to the NBA on television, where we know that it's thousands of basketball players in our neighborhood that never made it.
Oh, if you did,
And-
let's hear his
and
point.
hold
Let's hear
on.
his point. You asking the question, let me
Let me
answer.
ask you a question real quick, right? How many rappers you know that didn't make it?
How many rap? 1,000, a million, all of them, Dan. I only know like a handful.
Just answer your own question. You said you only said, God damn, so like 1,000 that don't make it to the NBA. But when I said how many rappers you know didn't make it, you start going ballistic. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, I hear you. I hear you, but I got something that can
I
dismiss
just wanted
that.
to know. I wanted to
These
know
rappers-
how did you feel
These
about
rappers is
this
getting
question?
killed,
That's what this is answer.
rape, and jerk. You feel what I'm saying? If a nigga ain't dying for fraud, the nigga broke. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? How many? I'm talking about like really made it. Like you feel what
But
I'm
do
saying?
you know-
How many rappers can you say really made it? Like you feel what
All
I'm
right,
saying?
but listen.
Really there on another level.
Wait,
Like,
finish his answer, fuck. He's still answering your question for
that's
you.
what I'm saying. I'm explaining to you why I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? What Frenchie said.
Just hear him out.
You
Go
know what I'm
ahead.
saying? Because a lot of these rappers, they pump faking, bro. Like it look good, but they really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They really broke. I believe it's really like damn near 30% of the rap industry who really got like, you know what I'm saying? A bankroll can really take care of these and like can so-called like made it.
I give
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
I keep it a bean with
shit
you.
is a whole lot.
I'll keep it a bean with you. I was 100% on Flock's. You know, I think Flock was on the set. We had a conversation where I'm like, he tripping. I mean, I'm with Ed Lover, but you just made a valid point that I didn't look at. But I'm gonna let. I know Flock wanted to say something, but I just want to let. I wanted to say on air. You just made a point. Even I just told you. I was just telling you. I got a rebuttal for you. But after I let you finish, you said it. I'm gonna respond after Flock though.
I mean, in my opinion, I just felt like, far as, you know, rappers nowadays, it don't take like skills to really make it no more. Like, it really don't take skills to be a rapper. Like, you could just be a nigga that just started rapping yesterday and just get a vibe. It's not even skills.
Right.
Just you caught a vibe for this moment, and you just touring all over the world. It's just like with basketball, you have to be talented. You really have to be talented. It's no shortcutting to get into the NBA. It's either you got it or you don't. With basketball, I mean, with rapping, you could just be high and come up with a little melody and keep singing that same melody that they call on. But with basketball, you gotta prove it every night.
Right.
Day in and day out, you gotta go out there and prove that you are that talent, or you're gonna get on the bench, or you're gonna lose your job.
For sure.
If you don't make shots and do what you're supposed to do and rebound and move around and show your game, so I feel like it's harder to get in my opinion, I feel like it's harder to get in the NBA than it is to be a rapper.
Alright, so let me make one more comment. You feel what I'm saying? I understand like what you're saying, but I'm trying to like tap into like understand where friendship is coming from. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I just want to get to the point where it's like, when did you ever hear of a NBA player like getting jerked or some shit? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like when you say like make it as a rapper, it's like what did you like where you get like is you just making it to be famous? You feel what I'm saying?
Right. So that's what you gotta define it. So we gotta define it and put it in context. Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of these motherfucking rappers, they just famous. You know what I'm saying? They just known for, just like you said, they can come up with a record on some high shit. Like for instance, we gonna just talk about one person, Designer.
Right.
You feel like a nigga like Designer? He made his being a rapper, right? But that's the last motherfucking thing you heard of him was from Panda.
Right. So did he really
Did he really make it?
But he
made
did.
it to be famous. He made it to be a famous
Right.
rapper.
Can I say
But
something?
understand this, he can't take care of his family. He probably fucked up, or he probably lost.
Can I say something?
Whereas
He
if
should
you make
be.
it to be an NBA player,
He should be.
you got that money.
Right.
That
Listen,
money is
can I say something?
Right,
about
back
that?
to fly. No, I hear you.
If Designer is fucked up, then either the business went wrong, because you had one of the biggest songs with that run you had, as far as just the run you had.
But that is a point he made,
How many
If I could mediate, hold
That's
on.
what I'm saying. You got
Meek
one
Mill's
hit
one of
wonders.
the
That's
biggest
making
rappers,
it.
and his business is fucked up to this day.
Can I make a point?
I never heard
Hold
of an NBA player business being fucked up.
We just haven't heard about it.
Right.
Trust me, it's going on.
That's
It's going on.
90%
Never
rappers'
heard of it.
business
It's
is
going
fucked
on.
up.
I think the
Fuck,
key.
I never heard of it.
Can I put something in context though? I think the key to the discussion is like what you said earlier, and why conversations just in general go out of whack is what's the definition of making it?
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta kind of start there first, so that we can really, you know what I mean, see each other. Right. So
Can I say
let's.
something? When we talk about Designer now, where's Designer from? So supposedly I'm thinking wherever he's from, he's touring all over the world, getting 20, 30, 40,000 a show for one song. That song was hot. That was a big record. That's making it. You got one hit wonders.
Oh, yeah.
You got one hit wonders. That's making it, bro. If you touring all over the world performing, that's making it. Whether if you do it 20 times or do it one time, it all depends on what you do with the money.
Come on.
What are you doing with the money?
But the biggest thing is all about your perspective. You know what I mean? Like I'm with you, Flock. Skill wise, if we talking skills, it's like when people talk Mike and LeBron. You could, some might argue if you looking at his talent. You get what I'm saying? If I'm speaking and I'm saying LeBron is the greatest from his talent, I can look at skills. But if you say he's the greatest player, people look at impact. People look at how LeBron changed the league. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, for the sake of clarity in our discussion, y'all both talking about making it.
But no,
Can I say something?
It boils down to like, I mean, it's an opinion.
How many rappers you know got
You know what I'm
on?
saying? That's my opinion.
When I say
Right.
get
No,
on,
I agree with
You
you.
feel this opinionated question? That's just my
You
opinion.
said what?
how many rappers you know have got on? Out of just your opinion, everybody you know that rap and play ball. How many people you know from your neighborhood or that you knew of that played ball that actually got on?
None.
Meaning get on far as playing in the NBA. That's
I'm
getting on.
gonna keep it a big.
That's getting
from
on.
my neighborhood.
True.
Not
That's
from my
getting
neighborhood.
on.
Only person that I know that I look at as getting it on and making it is me, bro. That's 1 in a million.
No,
I'm
Can I
talking
say
about
something?
really getting on.
Freeway,
These niggas
them
not-
niggas got on. It's just what they did with what they got on.
business was
I know.
It's
multiple
it's
NBA
about what
players.
you
The Twins
did.
got on. You feel what I'm saying?
State property
what's
got
the name
on.
from Cheese? It's a lot of
Ram
basketball
Squad.
players.
Ram
from the
Squad
city
got
that
on. It's like
Well,
No, I'm just saying it was
But
different.
that's what I'm saying.
It's about
Who
what
they
you.
name Grants after? No, I'm just count how many basketball players from the city got on. It's a lot of basketball players from the city.
But
that
it's
got
all
on.
about perspective, though. That's
So
what
it's
I'm
damn
saying.
near. It's
Getting
damn
on
near
is
like
being
the
able
same
to
thing.
pay bills.
The
You
reason
know what
why I would
getting
say
on
is-
getting on is be able to pay bills off what you doing. It's like if you're paying bills and taking care of your family off of this hobby, whatever you call it, that's getting
That's
on.
money
Traveling
management, bro.
around.
That's money
But
management.
I'm talking about
Let me
off
ask
your
you one
career,
question.
bro.
Look at
Like
this.
Freeway, them
NBA
niggas is
players-
legends. Whether you want to say it or not, them niggas is legends.
Oh, what you talking about?
No, for sure.
I'm talking about getting on.
Look
No,
at the
depends
basketball
on.
players.
They
Y'all-
made
Y'all gotta
millions of
talk one at
dollars.
a time for the people to hear y'all. We ain't
Go
talking
ahead.
to each other. We talking to them
Let's go.
too.
Now what it is? What you saying?
We know what getting on is. We don't understand. You can call. My thing is this: when you think about hip hop, you mention Philly. Who do you mention? That's getting on. Bottom line. Now, what you did, but what you when it was your time, like now, if you probably did the gross of the numbers of the money that they made, you'll be like, damn, you was on. I was around Cass, and I was right there. You might not say Cass was on. This man doing shows 20, 30,000, 40,000 a night. That's getting on. When I'm done performing, I'm getting $30,000, $40,000. Like 3-4 times a week when this is at the height of my career. That's getting on, bro. Now you might have got 100,000.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It just all
Shit, even if
depends.
you
Everybody's
get
level.
10,000 a night.
Yeah, that's
but
what
you
I'm
only
saying.
going on stage for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's
You
getting
that's
on.
what I'm
Less.
saying. Right, so that's what I'm saying in perspective. But that's what I'm saying. Skill wise, that's what I'm saying. Skill wise, I agree with you, Fly. It's way more harder, to get in the NBA. Number one, the NBA industry is way more smaller. The music industry is limitless. So it's not, that's what I mean by putting things in context. So you know what I mean? When you can't really compare the two.
NBA business is put together already.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And where the rap game is wide open, so
Jump in the independent.
you can put yourself on in the rap game. So that alone, it proves the point that it's way easier. But when you pointed out the point, like I said, when you made a big point that you could argue, I think the better argument is for the NBA. But the bigger point you made is the definition of on. When you talk about the rap game and how you got to, even though you getting money, you signing bad deals. There's way more badder deals in the rap game than it is, in the NBA. But what I'm saying is, in the NBA, you get what I'm saying. Everybody don't have access. And the rap, what you said about the rap game was that way more people getting bad deals. So when you look at it from the perspective of opportunity, you get what I'm saying. And the reason why I do what I do in the rap game, you gotta come through a criminal pipeline for real. When we talk about rap, you get what I'm saying. When you talk about rap, you literally gotta become a criminal now to get on. You gotta really, because they only giving deals to people that's promoting crime. And that's why they got people. So now you gotta you don't gotta do that with the NBA. You get what I'm saying? In order to be in a rap game, what you were saying from the beginning, you gotta deal with snakes and some of the most dirtiest people that look like you. In the NBA, you know it's them. You dig what I'm saying? But in the rap game, we gotta deal with all these open times that's now acting like these white folks and treating us like and snaking us. That's why you hear behind every label that was ran by us, what I'm saying, us black people like Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, what they all do? Robbed all their artists, even the older ones. TLC, they all got robbed by other black people. You get what I'm saying? Like in the NBA, we know how much the leagues is making, so it's like y'all can pay them more, but they getting paid millions to have fun. They getting paid millions to have fun.
Both of them are.
Right, but when you talk about easier, I say it's definitely easier because
As a rapper, right?
No, I would say easier to make money is
the
easier.
same song. You're saying the same record over and over and over again. You caught a vibe.
No, right.
The
Absolutely.
NBA, it takes talent and
Absolutely.
skill.
No, that's
You
what I'm
have to
saying.
be in
Yeah.
shape.
No argument.
You have to. Like, if
Talent-wise-
you're not in shape, that jump shot is gonna fall. It's not gonna go in. If Steph wasn't practicing,
Right.
like that he wouldn't be where he
And
at,
some
bro.
people can never shoot
Once
a
you
jump
make
shot.
that one song and you got you just keep doing the same joint.
Not even that.
And that one song can take you These people making millions off one song and all about what you do with the money that you make. Like, okay, look at this one, look at that one. You had a clothing line, y'all was in movies, y'all was in this, y'all was in that.
Yep.
It's not our fault that y'all are here.
Right.
Y'all didn't do it, y'all made it.
Definitely made it.
You
It's
made
definitely
it
easier
because
to
if
make it
another
than to break it.
motherfucker, because if another motherfucker took the opportunity that you had to have a sneaker deal,
Yeah.
to have a clothing deal,
Yeah.
to have a record deal, to be with this one and to be with that one, it would be completely different. So it's making it. Y'all didn't make the moves that you made. Like you didn't do what you were supposed to do, so it looked like that you didn't make it. But when you do the gross and see how many flights you took, see how many parties you've been around, how many millionaires you've been around, and the situation, the status that you was in, it was your fault that made it seem like that you didn't make it. You made it, but you just didn't do what you were supposed to do. That's it.
Right.
It's a sneaky report.
I say it's sneaky.
Time and place for everything.
What else you got for us, sneaky?
Hey, listen, man. Getting back to that French Montana joint before we get off to that. French said, Ed Lover, right? Because, I was watching an interview. It was another interviewer giving Ed Lover asking him the questions. And they said this about the French Montana and the NBA, about how it's harder to make it into the NBA than it is. Into the rap world than it is into the NBA. But Ed Lover said, after the guy said that to Ed Lover said that Damian Lillard, how you feel about him saying Damian Lillard, shots fired?
Go ahead, get it out.
Like my man Ed Lover was sitting sneaky. Like, I ain't make this up. This was on the joint. Ed Lover was just like, he feel like Damian Lillard is a better rapper than French Montana. How you feel about that?
You dropped the bomb on everybody don't know that.
Shout out to Ed Lover, baby.
Ed Lover seemed like the way he was talking.
We gonna have to bring him on the show.
Yo, what was that joint I was on? What was that on? Alright, yeah.
He said we gotta skip this because he don't listen to neither one of them.
No,
I
that's
respect
cool.
that. I respect that.
No, because we was already on this topic. I just want to know, how do you feel about, I don't know if you ever heard Damian Lillard rap
Yeah,
before.
I don't know who Damian Lillard is.
The basketball player from Portland.
Yeah, so I don't know what his rap is.
Okay, alright.
He
Well,
got like a Papa song or something?
No, basically, he
He
throwing shots.
I'm at there read a Frenchie because I don't even know.
You gonna have to say the French
name.
Yup.
Cocoa Puff! You know what I mean? Moving right along. How you feel about that? Hold on for 1 second. Hold your horses. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I want to hear the Damian Lillard track. You get what I'm saying? But I feel like he was trying to make his point of how easy it is. The fact that Damian Lillard is a basketball player, he can drop a track and actually be hotter than him. I think it's possible if you talk about making it. You get what I'm saying? And anybody, you know what I mean? Anybody could be a rapper.
Already.
Yeah, right. He famous already, and anybody could be a rapper. That's the point about saying how I think that solidifies, to answer your question. I think that solidifies his point. Why that's why he said it. Anybody could be a rapper. Like make it. Anybody can make it. Let's look at the white Joan from Philly. She ain't even a rapper. They fucking sampled. They took a sample of her voice, and now she actually made it as an artist. Look how easy that is. She didn't even go in the studio. She didn't even go in the studio.
Shout out to why they call me white girl.
And you can say, well, technically she ain't an artist. Now let me tell you why you can't say that. Because I seen her on live arguing about owning the track.
Okay.
So she didn't even go intentionally to go write a track and done made it as an artist. To the point where she fighting for the ownership. Look how easy that is. So I think so. Just to answer your question, that solidifies his point. Anybody could be a rapper.
Anybody could be a rapper, man.
Anybody can't be real though.
Everybody can't be real. But listen, we about to wrap this pup up. This was a great interview, man. You know what I'm saying? And it was just we had my guy on here. You hear me? The guy of all guys, Mugga fucking Black. And you know what? We want to talk about the flyer that was made before we get off here. Just the basic biz of conversation. The flyer that was made, my man, somebody I know had Mugga Black up with with two fingers up like
This
this.
is gonna be behind the scenes.
This
shit,
is a
man.
political guy, right? This man dealing with a lot of political guys. Like, I know my man ain't trying to throw him under the bus, but Mugga, like, we bit it off that. My man sneaky like, Mugga like, oh, fly, goddamn, I can't really repost this, that, and the third. So we had to switch that joint, man.